The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and we are here for my new weekly show, which is Deep Love Weekly Tarot. Now, the reason why that I came up with this show is, number one, I have been doing a lot of this stuff, whether it's astrology and tarot, for a long time, and especially with my own networks, with Future Life, and then back before when it was the Leo King app. I've done weekly tarot and daily tarot for years. And I was like, you know what? Especially when it comes to throwing out content on YouTube, how we've been doing Deep Astrology for a year, I thought that, and it was a crazy download over the last couple weeks, that it's time to do a love tarot, but not just any old tarot, because there's a lot of tarot going on out there. This is going to be deep tarot like you've never seen before. We're going to go over the love for the week, then we're going to go into each individual sun sign. And I'm going to be talking to the chat while it's going down. So we're going to have a good time. Plus, you haven't seen it shot like this. One thing about what I've been noticing on all the tarot stuff is they're not showing all the cards all the way, or just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel personal and connected with the live audience, and I really want to make this an awesome live show. So it's going to be a lot of fun today. We are going to be using my favorite deck, which is the Golden Tarot deck. We're going to be using Golden Tarot today, which I love Golden Tarot just because of the old esoteric kind of vibe and the energy of Golden Tarot. And then we are going to use an Ascended Masters deck today, which is going to help, I think, a lot, from somebody we shall not name anymore. She's not allowed to be named, I guess, in the world. So we're not going to name her, and we're not going to associate her energy with these decks anymore. Then we have a surprise. We got a surprise. We have, and I don't know if you've ever seen these before, these are astrology dice. So when I roll the dice, it will give out a planet, Venus. It'll give out a sign, Cancer. It'll give out a house, the 11th house. So I can incorporate some unique kind of rune astrology here to mix with all this, with the reading. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Why don't we first start out with what is going to be going on this week? But I'm going to have to shuffle these cards real quick while I look at the chat. How's everybody doing out there in the chat right now? What's going on out there while I shuffle? We got people, people are stoked. I'm loving it. Yeah, I know. She who cannot be named, she is not allowed to be named no more. And you know what? I don't feel bad. I don't like people pushing fear. And there's been a lot of fear from that person, if you know what I mean. G Mini Christmas. And you know what? If that person's going to throw fear, why don't we throw happiness and love and show the way? Maybe we can show the way to that person about why going off the tracks can definitely put you into a weird vibe, and give love by just showing how amazing that person is. So I'm actually going to do the opposite of what that person does and show them full love and tell them not what to do, but just show them how amazing it could be, right? People are loving that. All right, so let's shuffle this Ascended Master deck next. And so anyway, but it's funny because I also think I wanted to do this show deeply because One, there's been a lot of tarot people out there, and I do it behind closed doors. So, people every day watch my tarot, or they every week watch my weekly tarot on highvibe.tv. So it's like, I kind of am coming out of like the closet to do something different, and I really haven't done anything focused on love in a long time. And when I first brought out Leo King Premium, which was 5 years ago, it was literally about like, there was love readings and all that stuff. And I really want to help people with love and relationships, because this has been a spot that has been so freaking crazy that I feel like, especially, I do it with Deep Astrology and the love, but you know what? This tarot helps us get a little bit more defined after, to understand this. And so I think it's going to be really cool that, it's going to be cool. So no, I see somebody said, first time I came on for a tarot reading, so excited. This is my first time doing live tarot readings actually on YouTube. All right, so we're going to do the spread right now for this week in love. And this is for all signs, and then we're going to go into all individual signs right after that too. So first card that we got here is the Four of Cups reversed. So we're going to talk about that one here in a second. We got the Five of Wands. Ooh. We're going to actually, on our challenge card, pick an Ascended Masters deck. We got Find the Blessings in Your Current Situation. That's a challenge. Oh, gosh. We got the Moon card, which in Golden Tarot, this Moon card is definitely very, very subconscious and moony. Ooh. It's got some deers, and it's got some dogs, and it's got a little Scorpio in there, too, like the original deck. And then for the spiritual advice, we'll go to the Ascended Masters, which is Mother, Wife, Sister, Daughter. Okay, this is kind of funky. We're going to need to pull another card for that spiritual advice, which we got the Queen of Coins reversed. So this is how I'm going to read this to y'all. Number one, with this Four of Cups reversed, I think we're so done emotionally with it feeling like we're not getting anything that we really want, okay? And when it comes to this love and relationship this week, it's like, if you don't want it, it's okay to not accept it. I think that we've been in a place where we keep accepting what we don't want. And I think that when it comes to this relationship thing, and when it comes to love this week, emotionally, if you don't want it, why are you continually thinking or feeling required to do it? Because you know why? With this Five of Wands, this Five of Wands is saying that, yes, you feel conflicted because you don't want to start chaos. You don't want to start, especially a fiery chaos, but guess what? You are conflicted already. So to get out of the conflict, you're not creating a conflict by actually just following what you emotionally want to do and what you don't want to have. It's other people that might react, and that's their own situation. You don't have to be part of this. You don't have to be part of the conflict by just following what you don't want to have in your life anymore emotionally. One thing about Four of Cups I will say that comes before this is, usually it's kind of like, I've been given this and I have to accept it. But when it's reversed, in my opinion, and how I've always read this, is that you don't have to anymore. And another part of it is like, are you actually asking for what you want, or have you actually kind of turned into this weird person who's like, I only have to take what I really don't want to have? We don't have to do that anymore. That's what's causing so much conflict. With this challenge card, which I think is a very difficult one, to have this one, find your blessings in your current situation right now, and especially the Ascended Master of Krishna. This is usually like, there's so much, beautiful energy around us, but I think that the challenge is that we actually have so much beautiful energy around us right now, but we almost don't know how to see it because we still are attached to situations that we don't even want. Now, there's a blessing, I guess you could say, which is the challenge of looking at what's going on here with these weird kind of conflicting relationships emotionally of where you want to be. But your current situation is find the blessing that's showing you of what you do want, right? That's showing you what you do want. And I think that this is like helping with this, how to overcome this is the moon. Yeah, there is a lot of weird emotional secrets and weird emotional places that we're kind of afraid to tread or expose our true feelings about. And there's a lot of shadiness going on in the romantic world in love. I'm just going to be honest. But we overcome that by not being afraid to expose just our feelings. I think that that's really hard. When we get a 4 of Cups reversed and we get a Moon card, and then we get this 5 of Wands, it's saying that, you know what, we're conflicted because our emotions are not really in alignment. They're not. And I think with this, ironically enough, our spiritual advice card being this mother, wife, sister, daughter, Lady Nada, I think what it is that the feeling of nurturement from not just a mother, but just the overall feeling of beauty and nurturing from all aspects of your life can only come in your life when you put yourself into that place. It's almost like we're afraid to be in a full nurturing position because we're not nurturing ourselves. And more importantly, even though this is all feminine, mother, wife, sister, daughter, it's the way that how they all click, right? Like you can be a mom, a wife, and a sister and a daughter, and how do you deal with people and still be all of those at the same time? Are you able to do that in your current relationships right now where you can feel like you're my best friend, you're my lover, we can do business together, you can watch me go pee? Some people, I know that might sound crazy, but some people are a little weird about that. You know what I mean? Or some people turn on the fan and close the door and try and act like they're in there doing something else when they're doing something else. But if you can't do that and be truly emotionally free and true and emotionally there, then there's going to be conflict because you're with somebody that you can't even be like fully there. And if you're single in the way to look at this, well, I want to add this last part with the spiritual advice card because I was kind of like, I need to get more clarity. With this Queen of Pentacles reversed, you know, this card, oh my gosh. It's like the advice is that you don't need to be at this certain place in your life where whether it's money or wherever you're trying to manifest, to a place where it's like, oh, they'll only like me, or oh, I can only walk into this when I'm at a certain place in my life. Guess what? It's when you show up at wherever you're at in your life, especially with the challenge being find the blessings in your current situation. Your current situation is perfect. It doesn't matter whatever you think, oh, when I get the right car, or when I have the right amount of money in my bank, or when I'm out of this weird situation that I need to, that's what's holding off and having you accept crap you don't want. You don't need that crap. You truly do not need that crap. So, I'm going to pull one more card, and then we're going to do the dice. And I want to pull an Ascended Masters card for this. Overall, for everything we got, you are seeing the situation accurately. Horus. I'm so glad that we got Horus too. The sun god. And the true understanding of that we can see exactly what we want. But I think that because overall on top of this, that we're at this position where we're emotionally taking what we don't want, we are afraid of the conflict when even though we're actually more conflicted, we actually have amazing situations in front of us that we're almost afraid to emotionally be honest with. And that means even ones that you don't want to be in, that there's a blessing that is showing you what you don't want. And it doesn't matter where you're at in life to be all these different kinds of roles that you have to be in partnership because you already know accurately where you want to go. And you don't have to continue doing this crap anymore. Seriously. Like, it's just like you don't need to do that anymore. So I don't know why we get caught up in this crap, but we do. And especially astrologically, we do. But let's see what these dice have to do here. We got Leo, Jupiter in the 4th house. Oh my gosh. Leo, Jupiter in the 4th house. This means overall, the abundance of our true happiness in our life is when we expand in our true happy feelings instead of denying those feelings. And we have to have courage to believe the true feelings that we feel instead of doubting those feelings. Leo does not doubt, and more importantly, a Jupiter in Leo is only going to explore what feels good, especially in the 4th house. There's no way for us to have this awesome love, and this is good luck and love. Jupiter, Leo, oh my gosh, awesome. But when you have this 4th house element, it's like, why would you even, what's the opposite of Leo? Aquarius. Why do you keep looking at this from every crazy situation to see if it'll work or see if this situation, if you're single, that you're trying out, if it's just not effortless and just feeling like oh my gosh, I'm in ecstasy and love and I feel at home with you. Like I feel at home. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we're going to start with Aries now and see what the Aries got going on. We got any Aries in the house? Who's in the Aries in the house? I want to see some, what's up? I want to see some Aries. We got some Aries. We're going to pull a couple cards for you, Aries. We're going to pull some cards, and then we're going to do these dice for you as well and see what's going on. Luck and love, baby. There is a lot of luck and love actually going around, especially with, astrologically, this Venus stuff going on with Mars. We got no Aries? Gosh, Aries are too busy doing other things. I'm still going to pull some cards for them, though. Even though they're out there probably doing something else, or they're probably running around, or they're acting like they're doing something really big. Oh, we got an Aries in there. All right, okay. This can apply for your rising, too. So, all right, Aries love this week. You got Knight of Swords reversed. You got to stop creating a lot of your own craziness and jumping into all these crazy situations because, one, I think that you're just kind of thinking that you have to go as fast as you can and figure out as much as you can. You don't need to this week at all. And I think with love, it's like don't create chaos where it doesn't need to be meant, especially because you got the Ace of Cups. Like you need to start a whole new emotional place that's going to be more refreshing in your life. And you need to refresh because I think that you've been really kind of stagnant when it comes to this feeling of good because there's been just way too many crazy situations going on. And you have tried to not only rescue other people and other situations, but you've been trying to figure out your own situation and causing your own mental chaos and jumping in really fast. And it's like, you need to calm down and just chill. So this would be a good week, especially for Aries, to have some sort of kind of nice romantic chill by the fire or go down to the beach or something like that. Your challenge for your love this week is the spiritual law of attraction, that you feel like you can't attract in what you want in your life right now and overall all energies, which is causing you in your love life to feel nervous. Or if you're single, why you want to attract love. But your issue is that when you're in a chaotic place in your head and you're trying too many things and you're almost trying too hard to fix things and you're not coming from a just chill, peaceful place and kind of starting over emotionally, how are you going to spiritually attract in what you want? You have to believe and you have to start working on your powers to attract in what you want because that's an issue. To overcome that, you got the World card. You need to go out more. You need to go, and you also need to complete things that are no longer serving you. I think that Aries are having issues trying to fix old situations that they, at one time, were really heroic. They felt really on top of the game. They felt like they were doing everything, but the truth is it's over. And there's a new world out there that you have to go find. And the advice is you have to see other people's point of view. I'm sorry, Aries. You all know you have a hard time with that. But that is what's going to happen is there is a new world and a new point of view for things to go towards, and that's what you have to do now. You got Jupiter in the 6th in Pisces. So I think that this is becoming real with reality, but it is saying that it could still be magical and it could still be great. But what energy are you not understanding about your reality that's actually not creating the vision that you really wanted to have? It's almost like you're kind of in a space right now romantically or even outside of your life that's causing kind of the weird stuff, I would say, romantically, that you're not looking at how you're going about your life, your day-to-day life, in a way that actually is going to be a lot more easier. It's almost like you're doing things harder. And I think that this is a week for you to just stop pushing so hard and actually find a nice flow and a routine that's a lot more easygoing. Because it's like you're kind of strangulated, and to be honest with you, you probably should get some preparation H because I guarantee you've been having hemorrhoids or some sort of strain going on because of how much intensity that you keep pushing everything, and you're trying to be a perfectionist when you need to just chill the freak out and reset these emotions. And honestly, a lot of shit's got to end. And when the fact that we got the World card and we did get that kind of seeing other people's point of view, but I'll be honest, I really truly believe when I saw all that, I feel that with the Knight of Swords reversed, it's like with the World, it's like you cannot find your hero exciting vibe anymore in a situation, even if it's an ex or even if it's an occurred situation that it once was, and you got to move on. There's a lot of moving on for Aries that needs to happen right now in love. It just has to happen, and you can't be afraid of that shit. I think that Aries are afraid of it, to be honest with you, for some reason. I don't know why, and this is not beer. We're drinking ginger ale, folks. So we got some Tauruses in the house. Where's my Tauruses at? Where's my bulls? Especially big time for bulls. All this Taurus coming in, holy shit. By the way, I love Aries, but it's time for Taurus. All right, Taurus. Taurus, I don't think need preparation age. Aries kind of do at the moment. All right, Taurus, you got the Two of Pentacles. I do like this card a lot, actually. It is a good moment because I think that you are finally counterbalancing a lot of weird energy. It's like you're coming out of chaos and you're finding a way to come on back to land and on stable ground, but there's like, is it going to stay chaotic or not? And I think for relationships, it's been hard for you to find them because you've been kind of in both worlds. You've been on sea, you haven't been on sea, but you are finding this counterweight that needs to happen. You did pull the Five of Cups reversed. So this one's a hard one because it's a good card, though, that it's reversed, is that you are no longer in a weird position that you are like the weirdo and the left out or feeling like you've been kind of thrown out into the shitty world and have to like deal with crap. It's over. I'm here to tell you, all Tauruses, is it's over. This is about a beautiful new counterbalance where you are actually like adjusting to a good, beautiful life. It's almost like you don't know how to do it. It's almost like there's a victim role that has to stop. The victim role in yourself, the victim role of what others have done, because that's what's going to bring in better relationships right now. Your spiritual advice is you got the mother, wife, sister, daughter. There are so many roles for you to play right now in your life, and I think that you think that's difficult, and maybe it's because you're trying to play too many roles. So when you are looking at a romantic situation, maybe you are trying to be like their mom, or if you're a boy, like a guy, you're trying to be their dad, or you're trying to be their best friend. Like it's like, what about lover? What about just lover right now? I think that this is a situation with Tauruses. It's like, just focus on the love thing. Stop trying to almost bring them into your world and show them this, or it's like, just what's up with just like being one role at the moment? Just be one role, and then you can be other roles later. Plus, when it comes to love, I think that with Taurus, it's like, with Scorpios, your guys' 7th house, you don't want to get too many roles going on. You like when it's kind of the one role anyway. You did get the Devil card as a way to overcome this, which means that, how ironic, you got the Devil after coming out of all this stuff and the victim role. Like, I think that you need to go have a little fun, but I think boundaries are going to be needed, but you need to get back out there to your desires. And I know that this card scares the shit out of people in the community that don't understand tarot and they don't understand shit. But the truth is, you do have Scorpio as your 7th house, Taurus. And this week, to overcome so many of the things that you've been going through with love, you have to be willing to go kind of plunge down and to go have some fun. Like, this is sexual in a way too, but I think that it's like, you don't need to go like film the next porn and go put it out publicly or something. But I think that this is a time for you to go out there and go explore your deeper needs and senses and to not feel so guilty. I think that there's a guilt associated because you feel like you've been a victim, and you also want to make sure, because I do want to put caution to the Devil card, because you've been a victim, you don't want to go, okay, well, now I'm going to just go feel as good as I want. You've got to know that boundary line because you don't want to be attached to something that's toxic. But you also do want to not be afraid to go explore some of the deeper needs that you've been needing lately. And your spiritual advice is to see other people's point of view. And I shuffled, but I'm going to pull one more because I don't feel like that really goes well with, well, you did get the 6 of coins reversed. That you do need to see other people's point of view, but it's not like you have to take it fully if it doesn't feel like you're able to do it. I think that this is where take other people's point of view and take the ones that make sense, and the ones that don't, you don't need to do it. You don't need to do things for other people anymore. I think that that's been part of the problem, is I feel like you're trying to be all these roles for other people. And this goes to all relationships. If you just stay the course with, this is my role. We're friends. We're lovers. We're business partners. We are, I don't know, you're the person who pumps my gas and for my propane, and I'm the one who helps you with gardening every day. Whatever it is. This is where it's like keeping your roles, getting rid of your victim, realizing that you've come to a great place, having some fun, but not too much craziness fun, and especially with bad people or dark people, that's not your vibe. And you could take other people's advice. A lot of fourth house stuff, but we got Libra, fourth house, and Mercury. So you have to think that everything is actually more beautiful than it is, but I think that you have to realize that emotionally, there's a lot of things about stimulating yourself by relationships emotionally. I think that this is a time for you to communicate to people how you feel. I think that you have held your feelings and that you need to bring these feelings out, but you need to do it in a beautiful way and understand where they're coming from. And that's where I think this other people's point of view comes in. So I think that this is a good week for Tauruses and getting out of a lot of crazy old shitty situations just in life in general, which is going to make your love life much better. But I will say that, you know, come on, Taurus, life's great. Go make it great. Just, I don't know. With the devil card, you know, you don't need to go like hit a meth pipe and film a porno and think that that's going to save the day, because that'll probably fucking ruin it. Like, you know, if you want to hit your jewel or whatever, hit your jewel. So, you know what I mean? All right, crazy Geminis are up next. We got some crazy Geminis in here? Geminis in love, holy moly, man. Geminis in love, You guys are lucky though, you guys got Jupiter in your sign, or your opposite sign. This is gonna be good for you, but I will say, you know, Geminis are kind of in a crazy place with love. So we're gonna see what the cards have to say about this, because this Neptune stuff, this emotional stuff, this, you know, Mars in your sign that's finishing up today, holy moly. I'm hoping for some good things, but let's see what Gemini's got. What do Gemini's got going on here? First card we got for Gemini is the Moon card. Oh, man, the Moon. Well, Gemini, there's a lot of suppressed emotions here. There are a lot of subconscious stuff. There's even some secret stuff going on that you don't want people to know. But you've got to let people know how you feel, too. I think that this week, people, and you know what, let's pull the second card, because we need some clarity here. We got the Eight of Cups reversed. You are so afraid to let go of old past emotions. You're afraid to start a whole new cycle here. There's a lot of fear. That makes sense with Pluto Saturn in your 8th house with the South Node. I think that this is about starting all new stories, that you can't get to the place you want to feel until you start new stories, that you're still trapped in old stories. You feel like there's still old karma left, when really, let's see what this challenge is here. We got persistence. You keep persisting what needs to end instead of persisting until it's over, like persisting the end. Or it's like you're giving too much energy to what is already over. Like, that's the situation here. So move away from what's over, because it's not working for you too hot right now. To overcome this, you got the Five of Wands. It's not, you're going to have to go through some conflict. And it might be more inner and heart conflict, but I will say that, you know, you don't need to create a fight, but you do need to, at the same time, like, really look at that every situation you're in is complicated, because you can't move forward because you're still emotionally connected to either it's, if you're single, like, oh, I can't take on this person because I'm not going to try these kind of people. Like, I'll only date people who drive a car that's 99 and newer, you know. There's people out there like that shit. Or, you know, if you're in a relationship that's not working and you're still attached and you're still holding on and the karma's still not done and that's what you're persisting on, you're realizing that there's a lot of other underlying stuff within yourself that maybe also that you need to expose, because people actually might not be trusting you. I'm going to be honest. When I see this, especially with the Five of Wands and this Moon, people might not be trusting you because they feel like there's something weird going on that needs to be exposed. And I did pull the Four of Cups reversed, which is interesting that this was the first card for the whole week for everybody as your spiritual advice, is that, you know, if it's not coming to you the way that you want, why are you continually to persist it anyway? And fertility. Oh man, don't get pregnant with somebody that you don't want to get pregnant with, Gemini. So this week, don't get pregnant with somebody you don't want to get pregnant with. Or even if you're a dude, Gemini, like, don't like wrap that shit. You know what I mean? Or you know what? Don't even go about it. Don't even go about it. Abstinence, kids. But that you're trying to fertilize a better relationship life by stopping what you're not getting what you really want anyway. Oh, and this one fell off the ground. And We got 8th house Virgo with the North Node. You need to end things that make sense for a pure life. That is what this is saying. That with the opposite of this is a South Node in Pisces in the 2nd, that you're holding on to dreams, you're holding on to toxic energy that is not creating what you want, Gemini. Click, click, boom! I like how somebody just put that one on. That one, that's some true shit right there, man. Holy crap. What do the Geminis think? Or are Geminis pissed at me on that one? Just don't get pregnant, Gemini. You don't want to be, single mom or dad, or single neutral gender. I guess that's what you call it, Craig, right? Single neutral gender? Gender what? Fluid. Gender fluid. So single gender fluid? You don't want to be single gender fluid. We got Cancers up in here. Now, I will say, I know that I had presented Geminis going through crazy relationship situations. I actually think Cancers probably needed to listen to that one more than anybody, but we'll see what the cards have to say here, because Cancers have got in the astrology the craziest relationship transit of their life, and that anybody will have. So if you're a Cancer out there, this is either the most extreme awesome or like time to destroy the way that you've always been. Oh, we got some Cancers in the house? I don't see no crabs crawling around going, woohoo! None of them? All right, let's see. Come on, Cancer. You got the Queen of Wands. This is a great week for you, Cancer. This is going to be about, but you have to own the happiness and you have to own the royalty of your heart. So you can't be with, the scrubs anymore. Sorry. And I think that Cancers will attach to scrubs super easy lately. So this is going to weed out scrubs. It might be hard, though, if you're married or you're in a relationship and you're with a scrub and they're not honoring the beauty of your heart and the royalty that you are. Not going to be easy. You got the 6 of Swords, which means go on the path that God is taking you on of holding this royal place, and you will get exactly what you've always wanted. But if you are denying that and you're trying to control the ship of like, oh, I'll hold this scrub, I can turn a scrub into whatever I want. Let me bring him on this boat to the promised land of where the universe is taking me. You're not thinking straight. This is like getting rid of scrubs. All right, let's see what this, you got yoga as your challenge. Well, I think that what this means is that I don't think that this is about, and this might sound crazy, but this is from my guides, and this is how I'm going to read this from the tarot. You can't avoid these harder situations with relationships because, or through just doing something like yoga. Like the challenge is like it just won't go away because you're meditating or you're doing yoga or you're doing some sort of like spiritual little practice that makes you feel like, well, it should work out because I'm doing yoga every day or I'm drinking a green juice every day, so it should work out. The motherfucker's still a scrub. Or on the positive, that you don't need to align with what you're physically doing in some sort of spiritual modality to get love. You just need to own the royalty of your heart and keep on that place and own that. It's not like you have to then do some crazy weird thing like, well, now I'm, it's like you don't need to do anything except owning that position in that heart. To overcome all this, you got the Wheel of Fortune card. So, oh my gosh, you lucky Cancers. Upright too. I pull reversals, right? So look at this Wheel of Fortune. I've always loved this one. Very Cancerian too. It's like you see her, show it again. You see her sitting up in the bed, kind of holding the baby, and then there's this dude kind of under the bed. It's kind of a weird kind of wheel that we're in life, right? But I think what it's saying is that destiny is real. Destiny is here for you to bring you what you really need. But you need to just assess this destiny, not by, well, I'm doing all these right spiritual things right now. I'm yogaing, I'm doing my green juice, I'm doing my whatever. Just, I'm ready to throw this card away. Whatever, okay? Are you the ultimate queen in the ultimate position if you're a dude? Are you the ultimate dude or the ultimate gender fluid that is like, I am feeling royal and appreciated, and also at a level that you need somebody that's on the level of what you want to be? Spiritually advice-wise, what do we get? We got the right of Thoth, Thoth, which is very hermetic. This is a time for you to communicate, speak, and honestly start to continue conversations with people that make sense for you to analyze situations better. But you gotta have some truth, because Thoth is royal in Egyptian, and Thoth is very connected with Mercury. And there is this huge mercurial aspect about how it's like a page. You need to understand that you need to speak up about what your heart really wants. That's your advice. And the last card I'll pick for this is, because the Seven of Swords, you're not showing the truth. You are afraid of telling the truth to people, what you really feel. And you also feel like others aren't telling you the truth. And this could also be Cancer, that you're in weird situations, that there's a lot of weird shadiness going on. And shadiness doesn't necessarily mean illegal activity or anything like that, but you could be just like not really owning your own self by how you are trying to do things, either to deal with finding your royalty and happiness, or you're not speaking up and you're not looking at the truth and you're not putting it out there, which you need to. Let's see what these dice are going to say. You got Libra in the 7th, and what is this? Jupiter. If you are coming from a place of ultimate truth and you are understanding the relationship that you are truly in, guess what? You're going to get all the answers that you need, but you need to express your beliefs, and you, more importantly, need to seek true justice and balance this week, because if you don't, you won't get paid off and you will not get where you want to go. If it's unfair, you have to speak up. And more importantly, this also means that a relationship that's good luck, especially you got the Wheel of Fortune, is here. But if you choose not to take it, and you know it's good, and you put other things out in front of it that are actually not connected with your heart, like, well, I want to take this good relationship in, but I'm going to go do something that's a little weird and different and crazy instead, because I'm afraid of actually the fear of stepping into your power. So don't be afraid of this awesome shit coming in and wasting your time on something that honestly, not that it's shady, but it's like, it's shady if God's giving you this awesome opportunity this week with somebody and you're not going to take it. Like, that's shady. That's shady. Right? God's given you like the ultimate. Everybody in this chat room probably wishes, I wish I had Wheel of Fortune. I wish I had Queen of Wands. I wish I had, like, my challenge card is like yoga. I don't have to do yoga and I still am going to get awesome shit. It's hilarious. All right, Leos, besides myself, who else is out there that's a Leo? I want to hear about some Leos out there. What do we got going on in the chat? Could you move your mic off your throat, muffled with a lot of resonance? Sounds good on everybody else's ear, but I will take in your consideration. This is your Cancerian sister all over. Oh, I know. And whenever the Bachelor or Bachelorette comes on, I guarantee you they'll be sitting on the couch watching that and talking a lot about their own life and how it's not going right, and living through some TV show that they would love that relationship in their life to look like. Whenever you find a Cancer, I will say this, that is living through a reality show of relationships, or even a movie, go pull them off that movie and say, go walk to that partnership, or go, if you're single, go out and go find it. Don't be sitting here with your, potato chips and on the couch in your pajamas and continuing to have that shit, because you're just wasting your life hoping that'll show up. All right, we got some Leos in here, right? Yeah, definitely. Always the pride's up in here. All right, Leo, first card is Seven of Swords. I just shuffled the shit out of this thing. Leos feel shafted. Leos feel like this has just been, we have been either taken advantage of, stolen from, lied to. That's not a good thing to kind of come into the week feeling, or we just feel like in ourselves that, you know, something just doesn't feel right in our relationship world. I just shuffle. Queen of Wands reversed. I guess that wasn't the best shuffle. We're going to cut that deck. But I'm going to still go with it. That's what the universe wanted. So we don't feel like the best royal love situation is at us, and we don't trust people right now. Leos are not in a place of trusting people right now. Some trust issues. There's not really feeling like anybody else is out there with the same kind of vibe, but I think that we got to turn that around. Like, Leo, shit happens in the past, but that's over. Doesn't mean everybody's that way. Especially, it doesn't mean that everybody that's done that is just like, now it's like you can only find this like magical prize that's rarer than anything. Like, there is amazing people out there, and you need to see that and allow that to come through. The challenge is father, husband, brother, son. How weird that, you know, I think that you're sick and tired of being so many different roles in a more masculine way. Especially with Osiris. I think that, you know, you don't have to be this like magical being to everybody. It's like, learn to accept the magical being in other people and find out what that role is that you want to be. You don't need to be everybody's role and everybody's role model and take on so much. I think that you've taken on so much because of prior situations, and I think that there's a lot of distrust that even though you feel like there's magic, it's like, it's almost like you're unable to see the royalty and the greatness in it of your heart because you're almost like trying to find out how they fit into your life or which role that you have to be. Just take people for where they are and figure out after the heart turns on later. You know what I mean? And to get over that, Queen of Swords reversed. Negative thoughts and not having a plan about your own life right now and kind of like in a mode where you're kind of cutting everything off, you're not in a really positive place, is not going to be the best thing. It's time for you to cut this kind of over-processing of exactly what you need logically and how logically things look. You have to just release everything logically, release this prize of however the prize is going to look. And more importantly, you know, yeah, you got to look over your shoulder with people, but you've learned enough lessons now of what not to be with, or if you're in a relationship, the things that you need to call spade to spade that didn't feel good, you just got to call that out, but that doesn't mean that you still can't have the prize. Just focus on whatever positive role that you are in and drop kind of this, oh, I got to have it figured out and it's got to look a certain way, and you don't need to be like a cold dickhead, you know? Or bitch, right? I pulled this as a spiritual advice card, which is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. You guys saw it cut, and then... This is fucking crazy. The spiritual advice is that if you're just hoping destiny's just going to show up and walk on your front door and it's just going to just show up, no, you're going to have to actually go for things and make choices that you want. And it's because the purification is here in your life that you can only purify yourself. Like, purification is a choice. And to get out, I think that you are erasing a lot of negative relationship shit. Okay? Makes sense since every Leo had Mars retrograde in their solar return chart in 2018. So this purification period this week is by making choices and doing what you have to do. Like instead of just waiting around and hoping it's all going to change, you have to take action, which I think that you're afraid to do. We got Neptune in Sagittarius in the 11th. It's time to go out and find tribe on the same beliefs and the same spiritual beliefs. It's like, why waste your time with people that are not on the same spiritual belief system as you? And more importantly, that don't see the same dreams of the same life in the same world that you do. That's where to aim this week. And also that you don't have to, you know, you have to learn to trust people and hear and learn from them. I think that that's a spiritual thing too. Is like you have to learn from people, and that's what you've been doing, and that's what you're going to have to always continue to do, Leo. And this week is about finding tribe that's on the same spiritual beliefs and you'll be good, but also they're going to teach you things. And maybe somebody that's new that teaches you something, or it's about expanding your spiritual understanding of the kind of world that you want to. Maybe this is trying a romantic situation that you've never been in before. Like if it's somebody that, if you have kids, somebody who's single, or if you don't have kids, somebody who has kids, or if somebody who doesn't have a job, but you only take people with jobs, or somebody who is on a certain, only is these kind of hair colors, right? It's like, why don't you try something a little bit different and spiritually listen to it, and you'll learn something new, and maybe you'll find a different part of your heart that you've never found before, which I think will be a really good thing. All right. Oh, Leos, right? Jiminy Christmas. Here I am as a Leo thinking, oh, this is going to be great. I'll pull great cards for Leos. Yeah, right. I'm like a little unhappy about that pull. You know what I mean? All right. We got Virgos now, and we're almost done. We're halfway through. Here we go. I don't have much more time left, so we got to get this show on the road. All right. We got some Virgos. Virgo, you got the World card reversed. You're afraid to go out there into the world and try new things. Honestly, I think that Virgos are in their own little space, and more importantly enough, Virgos are, I would say, stuck. I would say Virgos are just stuck in a place because they're not trying anything new. It's like just trying to keep the same world together, but you know what? You're missing out on a lot, Virgo. You need to try new things. You need to go out there. You need to meet more people. And you need to fixate on the world that you want instead of like accepting the world that's okay. Especially because you got the Four of Cups upright. Wow, this card's come up for a couple other people, but it was reversed. But for you, you have to learn that this world that you are living in right now is actually what you don't want, and you have to come to terms with that. What are those terms? I'm not saying that it might be the whole world, might be your whole life, but I would say that in your romantic world, it's not exactly the way that you emotionally want to be delivered, the feelings that you want this week. And the challenge of dealing with that is because, crystals. No crystal's going to save this. No crystal's going to save this. No, magical, situation is going to just show up. Like, you have to yourself accept what's true emotionally and how you feel. And actually be willing to go, okay, I accept that this world and the relationship information is not the way I want to feel. And the challenge is, maybe you do need to use crystals. Maybe you're not using them. But I think that people are using them. It's like, no crystal grid's going to save your life here. I think that you have to, you're trying to avoid facing the truth of the emotional situations of what's going on that is in a world that you don't want to be in relationship-wise. And you get the Ace of Cups reversed. So to overcome this, it's like this is not going to be a pure, easy, emotional situation where it just kind of washes itself away. No, you're still dealing with things emotionally that you have to confront, and you're afraid to confront them, and it's time to do something about it. So, time to, end old emotions. There is past emotions that have not been cleared yet that has caused this weird world to feel so weird. And you know what? Maybe the challenge is to use, crystal energy kind of enhances different parts of our souls and our life, but you need to face these old feelings that have not ended yet and keep recirculating and detach from drama. That's so funny that you got Pallas Athena, which actually I believe is like the understanding of astrology in many ways too. But detach from drama is your card for your spiritual advice, that you need to detach from the drama of you holding on to a world and a relationship situation and the way that it's been continuing to go because you're creating inner drama that you don't want to end. And I think that a lot of this, it's connected to the devil reversed. Like, you are totally trapped in a place that you don't want to be because you're afraid to actually detach because you think it'll create drama. But detaching it is detaching from drama. The drama is you're creating in yourself and you're hiding it in your inner world. And it's almost like you're living a private life now of your own satisfaction and not an outer one. And that's the problem because you have the world reversed, you have the devil reversed. This crystal one has me all fucked up. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I think that it's like, you know exactly what you have to do to change things. These this challenge of the crystals is like, maybe you do need to kind of go out there and seek a new form of a crystal, or maybe like connect with just learning to connect with a life that's going to bring you a better world. That's almost like teaching you how to look at your life in other ways, that there are other situations and other romantic life situations that you could do. Instead of just staying in the same situation, that came out, and that came out. We got the Jupiter in the 3rd house, and we got Leo. Wow. Communicate your real heart, because by doing this, you will understand everything and it will open up lots of doors. But if you are not communicating your heart and you are not expanding at all, and more importantly, this is about that I think that you have to learn about your environment and if it's happy or not. If it's not happy, you're in the wrong place and you need to explore new places. All right, Virgo? Virgos. We got Libras now? We got Libras? We got some Libras here? What's going on with the Libras here? I need always a good Libra in my life. Romantic was always great, but also crazy. Friendship, always been awesome. Business partnership, been always good too. Libras though, maybe Libras need that last card, that like detach from drama. Maybe that's what they need, detach from drama. We got Libras? Oh yeah, I see all the Libras here. Oh, or help from a Scorpio, yeah. Although Scorpio, I will say, as we're talking love, Scorpio and Libra is the worst combination on the planet. I will say it is the darkest, it is the fucking most toxic, and I would stay the fuck away if you were a Libra or a Scorpio. Learn that lesson as from an astrologer. I have seen more of the most, oh my God, intense, oh yeah, and then just Libra Scorpio just was not meant to be. Probably because Pluto Saturn went from Libra into Scorpio in 83, 84 and all that shit. But that's a whole other story. And we're making sure we're getting a good shuffle because we were starting to get some similar cards and I was like, what? Okay. Libra on the wall. You got the 8 of Swords. You are feeling trapped. You're feeling stuck. Almost feeling like you don't know where to go. But I think it's because of past toxic relationships. And I think that, yeah, this week might kind of feel like you have to come to the full brunt of toxic situations that are no longer working for you and realize that it's causing you to be sick, it's causing you to not feel good, it's causing you to feel mentally. This card to me always can feel like you are literally like starting to lose it. And I will be honest with you, it's like more not emotional depression, but mental depression. And as a Libra goes, why bound yourself to something that you freaking hate? You don't need to do that no more. You got the Tower reversed. You are afraid of ending a horrible situation. Why? Why? I don't understand that. But I will say I'm giving you compassion and I am saying that I understand. You are addicted. I don't know the word, but I wish I had Britney Spears' Toxic, the song going right now, because you are addicted to toxic relationships right now. And you are afraid to kaboom them fully. You are afraid to just end it because I don't know why. Let's see the challenge. Why are you so afraid to end these toxic ones? I am so sick of this card. Mother, wife, daughter, sister. But you know what? For a Libra, it makes sense. And I freaking shuffled this card. I'm ready to throw her out, Lady Nada. I don't like her. I don't know why. She's fucking weird. She actually reminds me of a trickster Libra. I don't know what it is. But I think that the challenge is that you are trying to wrap yourself in a toxic relationship, and if being the lover doesn't work, then you'll try the friend thing, then you'll try just being there, then you'll try being the victim, then you'll try being this. It's like, why do you keep doing this, Libra? So end this shit, because the challenge is that you have already tried every situation to be in the relationship, and you got the card that I'm not happy with, so I'm just going to tell you from my guides of being a tarot reader that the challenge is gosh, this person sucks. You overcome this by the 9 of coins reversed. You overcome this by not being afraid to be independent on your own for just 1 minute. Like, try 1 minute. Try 1 minute. Try 1 minute not to run to your best friend after it. Try 1 minute to not go run, to your mom, to your dad, to even like anybody. Like, try 1 minute to find self-sufficiency in your own remembering of how good you are. Take a night by yourself off and not feel lonely. Take a night to where you can find the greatness in yourself. Don't be afraid of that position. That's where you find your power to bring in somebody great, because you run to the next person all the time when it doesn't go good, whether it's a friend or whatever. So the universe basically never is dealing with you being like, I'm purging this, I'm done, I am the shit, I have all this greatness in me. Bring that new shit to me. Your challenge is, we got these fucking cards, man. You got right, Thoth. You're not thinking straight. That makes sense, though, with this deck and with what's going on. That you're not thinking things straight. You need to rewrite the story, too. And not rewrite the story of fighting another role in a shitty situation that you're afraid to put an end to. You can't rewrite this, but you can write new stories. The Chariot. Oh, my God, my favorite card. Finally, somebody got my favorite card. The Chariot moves forward into new situations and leaves behind what is no longer there because it's been stimulated, it's already been figured out, and the universe and the guides and God and the positive, the negative, the Sphinx, the everything, the universe is taking you to a new direction. By you thinking straight and you just putting it in and moving on to new places and finding your independent power, you will be great. Now, if you're in a relationship, this is meaning that you are having to really re-examine what problem keeps reoccurring that needs to end, that is causing you sickness. And if you're single, this is also you playing your deepest victim role ever and feeling like you can't do anything in your life without somebody, and that's not the truth. Oh, we need to do the dice. 11th house, Neptune, Leo. A lot of Leos popping up, man, on here. Well, Leo is your 11th house, so I will say that friendships are an important part, but I will say that for you, it's important for you to start looking around at people who live from their true hearts and are not facading that heart, that truly spiritually have a real heart. I know that might sound kind of harsh, people have real hearts, I get it, but not like the heart that you're looking for. You gotta look in new directions, but also I think that, who are you hanging around with? Because I think a lot of this is Libras are having to learn that this is a new game and this is a new time, and it's definitely a time for you to either go back to the past of old friends that were of love and be around them, or start searching in circles that are more exciting, more entertaining, that bring out your heart. Instead of these toxic, crazy, weird situations. I feel like Libras are leaving really toxic places and really toxic friends and circles and groups, which they dug up these, I will say, cockroaches from that they have fallen for. Did I just say that? I guess I just said that. Hey, we're here to try and bring a high vibe, and you know what? Sometimes truth and some comedy makes it good. And that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? All right, Scorpios. We got some Scorpios in the house? I know we got Craig here in the house. What's going on with Craig's love life? We're about to find out. These things, one thing is, these things are so stupid. Air bubbles and crap. You're not supposed to put it upside down. I've been doing good. I have no cigarettes right now in my life. I've been coming off the cigarettes, peeps. Almost fully off. Only had 10 the whole weekend. And I'm going from almost a pack a day. So it's been pretty good. All right, Scorpio. 9 of coins. We just got this card, but it's upright. And I just, was shuffling. I'm going to keep shuffling for a second here. You are at a great place right now, Scorpio, because you know your power, you know that you're magnetic, that you can attract whatever you want, and you are back to your great position. But I will say that means don't waste this position on something that you don't want fully. So remember that. We're going to find out what that is. You have the Six of Wands. You need to find partnerships that will take you to success, that align with your goals and align with where you want to go in life. Because you have a lot of success going on right now if you remember to be in a place of self-worth and value and owning this great place, because that Six of Wands is saying there's a lot that you can achieve right now and succeed with. But you also don't want to fuck it up by being with somebody who pulls you off the path of success, or somebody who doesn't have them within them to actually go to success. So this is where I think this whole self-worth thing is going on, of like really picking people who are on the path of success and are on the quest and will not give up on the quest and will not divert from the quest, because it'll divert you really quick. Your challenge is staying focused. So this is the issue in love. Stay focused right now on your goals, on the life that you know is great, but don't get distracted off your goals and off of your own self-confidence, because you'll lose it fast, okay? You'll lose it fast, straight up. You've got to stay focused right now, because if you don't, that's the challenge. And to overcome that, the Hanged Man. You know what? You need to take some time in all relationship aspects right now, especially this is love report, and process things and not take action. This is not a time to take action in a relationship, as you have to refocus your attention on where you're going in your life and what is the most important for you. It doesn't mean that you have to end it. It doesn't mean that you have to do. It just means that you need to just process and stay kind of looking at the situation for what it is. Because if you try this week to go forward in a different direction, it can pull you away from your goals. It can pull you away from where you're feeling in this. And then you're going to be in this really weird, scattered place. And more importantly, you'll actually feel stuck. You don't want to end up in a stuck position. You're not stuck now. You're not stuck now by not having to make a choice. And if somebody's pressuring you to make a choice this week, I don't know why I'm picking that, you have to let it go. Wow, that's interesting. Your spiritual advice is to let things go if people are pushing you from making a choice when you don't have to make a choice. And more importantly, I think for you, it's just like, just the let go energy is just like, just go with the flow right now. Let go the understanding of what the whole relationship is. You need to assess if it's keeping your goals in line and your independent self going well, and you pulled the Justice card, which means that you need a lot to weigh out, and you need to see if it's fair and balanced in both ways. And more importantly, I think that this Justice card is saying, like, you know, is this truly going to fit into your life in a way that will make sense? But logically speaking, it is a time for you to weigh out your own life, their life, and how it affects your life, and how you would even think it would affect theirs. And there's positives here, but I think that a lot of it is like you don't know if it's positive or negative until you process things fully. You've got your own sign, Scorpio, that is South Node in the second house. This is about how funny. Focusing on not committing to something that you want to have right now. You can't commit to something that you want to have. Just focus on connection of something of value that takes time to build. This is about learning time to build. You don't want to get trapped into something that you wanted to have and you ate it like a little gazelle, and then what happens after you eat it and take a shit? Are you going to still feel the same after you get what you want? Not bad though. Just don't start taking on situations that right now you have a lot to process and see if they're really ownership available. Or I would say this, I don't know when my guys are saying this, you need to see in the relationships you're at if they're available or not. And if you're in a relationship, it's like, okay, focus on what's good right now and important and building new value. Don't focus on like this instant gratification thing in a relationship, and make sure that you're staying focused and not focusing on what's not working or what's this or da-da-da-da or this is what they're doing in my life. And I think it's kind of like, and I'm going to say this, It's kind of like being whipped. We say that as men, like to our buddies, like, are you just like bitch whipped? Or, you know, like, are you like pulling yourself away, Scorpio, male or female? Because this person's kind of running the show now. You don't need to, you know, oh, they're going to go here, I got to go here. They're going to tell me to do this, I'm going to do this. Like, that's where you know it's like you need to just stop for a second and regain your own self-worth. So, all right, Sagittarius. Where's Sagittarius in the house? Sagittarius, you guys got full moon in Scorpio this week. I'd be careful, Sag. Woo. End of the end is coming for a lot of Scorpio Sag situations here. Oh my gosh, Sag. Woo. Sag. You know, yeah, we're going through each sign. We're almost done, too. All right, Sag. Sag has got the Magician reversed. Oh, boy. All right, Sag, you know you have a lot of power and magic, but you are not connected anymore to the universe right now and to the reality. It's almost like you are caught up in your own spell or somebody else's spell. That's the truth. You're caught up in someone else's spell, but is it really the best situation for you in your life? Do you feel like it's actually creating the full magical self and the ability to connect? Where's your spiritual alignment at right now? You pulled the Star card reversed right after that. That's two major arcanas. So Star card reversed is afraid to start from a pure new place. You're afraid to watch this spell end. So whether that's you're entranced with somebody that you've been trying to get, whether you're in a relationship and it's been enchanting, but it's really not been because it's like not actually giving you what you need or want. This star reversed is saying like you're afraid to kind of start over. You're afraid that there's nothing else out there if you start over. Your challenge card, it's stay focused reversed, but you know what? I just shuffled like crazy. I cannot understand what is going on here. So we're going to pull you a couple challenge cards because I feel that the most challenging sign this week is Sag. So you're already not focused. It's not about that, oh my gosh, I need to try and stay focused in my life. You're already not focused. The relationships that you need to rethink and relook at your life right now have caused the focus to go so far off. You've got all reversals here. You pulled open your heart to love Jesus. But this is the love to God and the love to the true essence of feeling love. I feel that you have actually closed yourself to what love is by a magical entrapment of something that you think is love but is not. It's almost like a false love. And you overcome this by the Ten of Wands, dropping. You've put too much weight on yourself to hold a situation that is not even worthy of the weight, and you're not getting all that you want, and you're ready to fall over. You're almost like ready to fall over because you've just put so much into this. And so this is a time for you to like drop things. Star reversed, Magician reversed, because you're losing your magic. You're losing so much. And more importantly, you really do want your open heart to real love, to the true love. But you're not focused at all because you're only focused on the entrapment of the enchantment of something. Your spiritual advice is retreat into nature, the green man. Well, there is a retreat here. The spiritual advice is to go back and reconnect with yourself. I don't find that it's a coincidence that you got the Magician and you got retreated into nature, but you got the Magician reversed. You need to go retreat and get back to your original form of your real self. It's almost like you've lost your soul from trying to keep a certain relationship, especially romantic right now, together when you know it's just like not really where you're at. You got the Emperor that is saying that you have to step into your power again. Your advice is an emperor is not going to be entranced by some trickster magician and not afraid to watch things end, because it doesn't mean that that's the end of being empowered, an emperor, and being in your greatness. So this is a great card, especially in the Golden Tarot, because it does have the crow and it does have the lion, and this is Scorpio Leo. Like, you know your greatest passionate love. If you're not getting that, you need to go retreat. You have got the South Node in Libra, oh man, in the 11th. You are holding on to a relationship because of your status and what you want people to think of you as in the world, and that is not what to do. You need to focus on your independent happiness and see if you're getting that, because there are major issues with status, major issues with, oh, maybe I'll be liked more, or even more than that. I think a lot of it is like you're just focusing on, oh, maybe I like their world and I want to be part of their world because they have more than my life. When it's like, no, you're here to go create the life that you want, and that's not even your life, and that they're not even giving you the life that you want. You're entranced into a life that they already have that you will never be fully able to integrate into, no matter how much you try. Because the South Node in the 11th in Libra is attaching to a person's worlds and their relationship and not looking at your own. Wow. I see a lot of hmms in there. Well, when you're entranced, spelled, you're going to get a hum. When Morpheus shows up with a motherfucking red pill and you keep eating the blue pills and you keep listening to Eminem purple pills, you know, like, come on. Wake up. Wake up. Especially with a full moon Scorpio Sag. Holy cow, the entrapment's coming over. The magic trick on you is, the spell is being broken. All right, we have 3 more and we're done. Capricorns. I did that like stacks because you know what? Capricorn reminds me of always stacking it. All right. You know what? That card just popped right out, so we're going to see what it is. You got the Queen of Coins. Great card. This is about you now really starting to feel that you can have a great relationship by making sure that the foundations in yourself and the partnerships that you're seeking or in are on the same page when it comes to what you're creating. But if you're feeling that there is a lack of self-worth in yourself or somebody else, well, that's going to have to be assessed because you got the Page of Wands reversed. You have got news that have shown you whether your partner or this person might not either A, be as excited about you, about what you're trying to create, or they're trying to go against you about what you're trying to create, or they have told you some news that you didn't want to hear. And I think that this week you might get news that you don't want to hear. And I think that also this week that it doesn't mean that it's going to stop you from being great. Like, I get news I don't want to hear all the time. Like, you know, I'll go down the street and see that the gas prices just went up another 50 cents for living in California. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go, oh God, my life's over. I'm going to have to make more money. And oh my God. Sometimes people are going to just tell you shit that they fucking feel, and that's it. And you'd have to just like let it be. Or if you're trying to go about somebody that you think you're really confident in and they reject you, hey, that doesn't mean that you're bad. That just means that they're missing out, right? Oh, it's weird that I pulled a challenge card, Page of Cups, upright. So I didn't even go in the Ascendant Masters deck because it's kind of funny. Capricorns maybe don't need any Ascendant Masters for this challenge. Page of Cups, upright. You know, just having fun and just being from your inner child and just kind of just like continuing to have fun is a challenge when you get bad news or you get news or hard conversations that are not exactly what you wanted to hear from the heart. But that's what you have to do is like go, okay, whatever, and I'm going to still go have fun and go have a great time. And maybe that'll cause some weird energy because to overcome that, we'll do an Ascendant Master to overcome that. You overcome that by detaching from drama. And I think that for you, I think that there is no drama. So detach from it is actually the understanding that it is not something to be even dramatic about. Like, It's almost like you're going to take things way too seriously this week about information that really is not that big a deal, that even though it might not make you happy, you got to still own your happiness, your excitement, and your pose and composure. And your spiritual advice is the Ten of Swords reversed. You have to get out of situations where it's the same pattern over and over and over and over and over again. But I think that you're like at a space to where you're bored and you wanted to try to create things this week that were going to be great for you, or you're trying to create something new to get out of this boredom, but you're getting news that you don't want to hear, or resistance from partnerships and romance stuff that maybe they don't see it that way, or maybe they're in the block of that way. And I think that for you have to see what needs to change in your romantic life, because maybe it's like you keep doing the same thing over and over again, but it's like you don't understand why. And I think you don't understand why because we got this crystals card. I really feel that it's like you're not connecting all the dots and you're not seeing that you got to clear your energy. I think that this is a week for you to clear your energy, because it's like you've seen or heard, especially things that you didn't want to hear, and just detach from everything and go clear your vibe of old patterns and find some happiness again. Because at the end of the day, you started with the Queen of Coins. You have the power to create whatever you want, have something great, and you know what? It's time for you to have that. It's time for you to have that and to stop tripping out. You need to not let anything take that down. Because if that comes down, the whole ship comes down. And you know when you see a captain riding a ship and don't go well. All right. Libra, South Node, 12th house. Man, I just shuffled the shit. It's crazy, man. So much South Node for these last signs. So we got Libra, South Node in the 12th. Do not, and maybe you can talk to a Sagittarius, Capricorn, because I think that you're kind of lost and entranced in relationships of what you think is going to go beautiful, but is it spiritual? If you're not in a spiritual relationship, it might be weird, because I think that you need to focus on, is your reality the one that you really want, instead of being trapped in what somebody else wants. And I think that's why you're getting the Page of Wands reversed. That's why you're getting the unhappiness of it all. And you're not detaching from the drama, because you're not detaching from it because you're owning somebody else's vision that isn't the way that you want to this week. And I think this is why this is the repeating pattern, is you're not putting yourself first. You're putting other people first, and you're putting their own pull from you away from yourself. And honestly, integrity is one thing, but the integrity of yourself and the integrity of doing what you want is fucking badass and amazing. But when you don't do that, well, guess what? It's going to be some really crazy, dramatic situations, and you're not going to be happy, because you're actually you're like their little, you're not somebody's dog. You're not someone's pet. And you don't have to live a life where, you're their pet. You ain't their pet this week, all right? Hey, Cap, you want a treaty? Here you go, treaty. All right. Go clean my bathroom. Thanks. Superhero? I don't know, man. I watched that movie Glass about, humans and being superheroes. It was a good movie, but my favorite superhero, if you guys all want to know, is Batman. I like Batman. And I think Christopher Reeves was the best Batman, and I like The Dark Knight, and that was the best. And if I were to be a superhero, I'd want to be Batman. He drives fucking cool cars. He drives fucking badass vehicles. He fucking has a badass suit. He's a fucking billionaire. He's suave. He gets the ladies. Fucking. All the other ones I think are lame, personally. That's just me, though. All right. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. I just shuffled the crap out of these things, so. All right. Aquarius. 4 cups upright. Oh my gosh. This is a reoccurring theme in people. All right, Aquarius. Let's be honest. We're going to go brass tack on Aquarius, because I am just, not that I'm your opposite sign, so I'm not trying to go against you here. I'm just being a tarot reader, and I'm being real here, Aquarius, okay? You're not happy. And I don't know why I'm being read this, but you can't fake it anymore. Okay? There's something missing. You've kind of come to this position of, oh, I have to accept this the way that it is. Let's see if you do or you don't. Maybe you do. Maybe you have to accept the situation because there's something emotional to learn. Maybe you're learning how to be more emotional, but you're obviously not happy about the way things are going relationship-wise, okay? And you got the 7 of Wands reversed. You're unhappy because you're actually not on the place you want to be in your life. You're not in the position you want to be. It's like you want to be somewhere else in your life right now, and, you know, there's this attachment thing. And if you're single too, it's kind of like, okay, people aren't showing up because maybe you're not in the right place. Think about it. 7 of Wands is like being on the high ground and having a good position and not having to deal with, like, you're in a position to where no matter what's coming up to get you, you got the high ground, you can see things better, and you can defend things. But I think that you're at a place where you feel defenseless and that you're not at a position that you want to be. And I think that there's a position that you want to reach, but I think that you feel like you just have to just accept this place that you don't want to be, when that's not true. I think because with your challenge card being focus upon your strengths, that's your issue. Apollo, whoa, holy cow. Apollo is extremely powerful. It's like, I think that you are allowing relationships to pull you this week from your own strengths. Like, it's like you're trying to get the strength through other people. And I think that at the same time, it's like you don't feel like you can actually reach where you want to go. And I think that you're almost defending these situations that you are pulling away your own strengths and your own power from. It's like you're defending against you're defending somebody that's actually like you're defending the wrong team here. Now, I don't think that this is like breakup stuff here. I just think that this is about you like not having to keep going through motions in your relationships where you're feeling kind of like all your strengths are going in an area where you're not really getting much. To be honest with you, you're feeling like you're not getting much. You got the Hermit as how to overcome this, which is take your time but keep moving forward, but you've gained a lot of knowledge. And the Hermit to me is very Aquarian because number one, the bearded man in astrology is Aquarius. 2, the Hermit has this forward-moving light that keeps moving forward. Now, in this deck, it's got the deers with it. Now, yeah, you might not be in the most amazing place, but you have this wisdom and knowledge of understanding the whole situation, and it's about you this week starting to figure out how that you can get your strengths back, how can you get to a better position, and how do you not have to feel this way anymore. So I think that this is positive. Your spiritual advice is, detach from drama. You guys saw. I literally have it. We're going to pull another card here. Ace of Cups. I'm shuffling the crap out of this thing. I'm going to pull one more here. You are seeing the situation accurately. What the heck is going on? I'm pulling as many as I can now for Aquarius. Okay, come out of the closet. Because you are seeing the situation accurately. Ace of Cups reversed and detaching from drama. Okay. Aquarius, you need to come out with your truth of what you're seeing. You need to realize that the feelings that you want to feel will only come when you confront them. I think that you're afraid of confronting a lot of feelings that you're not happy with. And the drama is within yourself, in your own emotions that you're seeing clearly, but you ultimately have to come out with how you feel. And I think that it's a power drum bop, and I just want to confirm this. Yeah, Page of Cups. You know that the information that you're going to tell your partners about how you're feeling is not going to be, it's going to be crushing. It's going to be like, what? You're afraid to like come out of the closet with how you feel, literally. Like you have been hiding massively. And you got the 7th house moon in Taurus. That's an exalted moon, but it's in the 7th house where, number one, you need to know your value in a relationship and you need to set that emotional boundary line, but you need to set that value system. You need to set what you really want to feel, because if you don't set what you're going to want to feel and you let those emotions be out, Aquarius, well, then you're going to be trampled all over and you're going to be used. And more importantly, you're going to feel like this just sucks. And honestly, an Aquarius that feels like something sucks and stuck and doesn't take a rebellion move is not an Aquarius to me. It's like trying to say that, the electricity's on, but really it's not. It's just like suppressed. Actually, I said if you go on highvibe.tv and watch my weekly horoscope for Aquarius this week, I even said, like, are you numb? Are you just like in a place or in your life where you're numb and you're stuck and, the IV's just hooked up and you can't like live that way anymore. And you gotta like come out. You gotta be honest. So, big time. I've never seen in my life in astrology, especially with Saturn, Pluto, all that stuff, South Node, Capricorn, 12th house power ever with all these eclipses and stuff. And Aquariuses are in there. Pray for your Aquarians to wake up. All right. I'm shuffling the crap out of this thing, man. Like literally, this is the last one, we're on the last sign, Pisces, the end. And then, because I want to promote this show, I will pull one card for one person in the chat at the end, and we are done. So, and we will give away one free highvibe.tv subscription for 1 year. But you have to put something in the chat. What should we have them put in the chat? You have to tell in the chat just a review of what this show was like. I'm going to pick anybody who puts a review of this show in the chat. And actually, this is how it's going to work. After this ends on the live, you have to put a review. I don't care if it's bad or good or anything. Once it's done live, and comment on the video because they don't show these chats after this goes on to YouTube. So once this ends, we will go through the comments and you'll put up your reviews and we'll just pick someone random. I don't care if it's negative too. I'll pick a negative one. If it's a negative one, I don't care. I'm going to be fair and balanced. But that's how you'll win a free subscription for 1 year to highvibe.tv, where all my exclusive horoscopes are, all my daily, my weekly tarot, my weekly intuitive, my weekly sun sign videos with tarot for each weekly sun sign, which goes into all general, not just love. And of course, my daily videos, my daily horoscopes. And of course, we got Jax Atlantis on there doing tarot. We've got tomorrow, we've got Tim Losey and his health. We got the Peace Dealer doing astrology. We got Steph Baker doing it too. We have so many people. We're adding how many people this week? We're adding a couple more people. So it is insane. More content than ever. Hundreds of videos have literally been released, all in the subscription in the last 2 weeks. It's been insane. So if you want to win a free high vibe thing, that's all you got to do. All right. Here we go. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Last one. Pisces. I think Pisces are in a great place, to be honest with you. I'm feeling a good one here for Pisces. I am feeling good. We got the 5 of Wands reversed. Yeah, you know what? This is good. You are at a place where you don't have to be so conflicted in your life anymore. It's time to release any conflict, and I think that a lot of conflict with it is internally. Like, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I be over here? Should I be on this team? Should I do this? You know what? I think that Pisces, when we look at this with your second card, 2 of Wands reversed, you know what? It's time for you to look at a broader new vision, and I think that, you know what? You have no conflictions to do that, but you're convincing yourself you do. You think that you have conflicts of interest to actually look at how can you live a much more bigger life now. It's kind of like you've got to look in new directions, but you're creating like, well, I can't because I don't feel good, or because my partner is in this life, or I have a kid, or blah, 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 blah. It's time to look at a whole new understanding of how your life's going to look, and you're creating a lot of weird little inner conflicts. Or I think that part of the conflict could be that you have a lot of different passions, but you're unsure if you're allowed to do them, but you have to believe in that in your own heart. Your challenge is, I'm not even doing that one because I just shuffled again. I'm just sick of this deck. It was, just so everyone knows, it was the whole come out of the closet. Maybe you do. Maybe your challenge is to come out of the closet because you got balanced career and home life. You're coming out of the closet that you feel imbalanced in your career and home life. There it is. That's the truth, isn't it? And I think that that challenge is coming because you're afraid to look at a new vision of how the life could be. I'm not saying that you have to go through a breakup this week, but you have to be, I think, coming out of the closet about that you don't feel balanced And more importantly, that there is kind of this world that isn't looking the way that you want to anymore, and you're creating your own inner conflict that's holding you from looking at that new world because it's just stupid stuff. It's like you're not willing to accept your own life anymore. It's like it's because of all these outside things that are not true. And you got the most bomb card for love. You got the Queen of, well, one of the most bomb cards. You got the Queen of Wands upright. So, you know, you gotta, I think overall be like, are you a queen again? Where's that old guy, girl, that edge, gender fluid? That's what it is, right? That is totally empowered and the most beautiful. And, you know, it reminds me, I had an ex-girlfriend, Pisces. I've had a couple of them. But like this one that she just like was an all-star in everything that she did, you know? And I feel that Pisces are trying to find that back, you know? It's like that you are a magical being, Pisces, and you don't have to be living in a world where it's just kind of feeling like blah. This is about you getting out of blah, but it's connected to partnership. All right? All right, last cards here. You got Work Your Magic as Saint Germain. Holy cow, the violet light, the violet one, and Pisces rules violet, and Saint Germain is here, and it's Work Your Magic. Where is the magic again in your life, Pisces? It's time. That's your spiritual advice. Your last card for that is the Three of Swords upright. You are afraid of heartbreak when you work your magic. You're afraid to actually go into the most amazing life because you think it'll be full of heartbreak. But I'm here to tell you, you really think being in jail, just in your life in general, like you really think being in jail is actually heartbreaking or not heartbreaking? I think that you need to reassess a lot of things. Coming out of the closet about your career and home life, and that could be both together, but also I think that maybe it's like coming out about how the balance is off just in the home life. Maybe not the career, or just the career, not the home life. There's a lot there, but working that magic is about connecting to your true essence of your most highest true self, which Pisces have. But with the Three of Swords, it's like, spiritual advice is like, if it is not of that high vibe, like super magical thing, let it, like it's gonna be hard, but you have to let it go. All right, we're gonna pull these dice, and then we're gonna end this, and we're gonna do one card for somebody in here, and then I appreciate you all. You got Pisces, Virgo, third house, the sun. Sun, you need to communicate your true criticism and, more importantly, the adjustments that you want to see in your life to fix your relationship or to unveil what's wrong with it. If you're single, you need to communicate to new relationships how you, not only just like I think how you feel, but I think it's more about like, hey, kind of like, this is kind of like what I feel and what I see and what I want to do and what I think we can do, and I have all this magic, and I want this world, and I want to come out with all this, and I'm ready to bring this, and here's this reality check of where I'm at. This is where I'm at. Where are you at? Because if you're wasting your energy on a delusion and believing, because opposite of the sun in Virgo in the third house would be a sun in Pisces in the third house or ninth house, where you're just almost believing it all is all good. And I think this is for all Pisces in any kind of relationship, that you are having to come into a reality check at the most analytical level about your happiness this week. And Pisces, it's time to do that. So we're gonna pull one card for somebody here. Who do we got in here? Who wants a card pulled? I'm gonna give like 30 seconds here while I hit my jewel. Who wants a card pulled? And then we're gonna end this. And then remember, if you want a free high vibe 1 year subscription, just put down a comment. We're gonna pick it right after, like within, I'm gonna do it in like 30 minutes. So, but if you wanna join High Vibe, 7-day free trial, go to highvibe.tv. Go to check out all the horoscopes on there. I did my 80-minute video, which is super awesome. You gotta check it out. It's called Confronting Your Fears to Paradise. It's an awesome video. And I did put up a 27-minute video that's really cool. And it helps you understand why I did the video. It's not the video itself. I think some people are confused and thinking on YouTube that that's my video on it. Like, no, that was honoring Jeff Jower, showing the reading. And I want to say this about Jeff Jower, that guy is still doing work, even though he has passed away and it's horrible. But the good news is that reading, how he talked about how he noticed how much is going on in astrology, and he felt as astrologers, all astrologers need to be helping people understand that. That is what I was trying to show people. But that whole video, and then aside from Jeff Jowery, even though he lit up a fire within me to do a lot of that stuff and do the Paradise video, I'm here to tell you that that was a 27-minute video just talking about it. That's not the video. I haven't put actual footage, only a minute of it. There's 75 minutes on there. Definitely go get it, highvibe.tv. And who are we gonna pick here? We've got Flo, no. I'm just it's hard to do, so I'm just gonna stop. We got One of Moon Walk with Winds. One of Moon Walk with Winds. And I got a card for you. And I'll roll the dice. So, One of Moon Walk with Winds. You got the Two of Pentacles reversed. So, I think that you need to find a way to understand how you're going to flow better in your life, because I think you're jumping on so many different sides of life. And you're kind of a little bit all over the place. It's kind of like being seasick, to be honest with you. So this is about stabilizing and knowing, kind of like going from land to sea. Okay, I'm going on to sea, I'm prepared. Instead of running back and forth, and there's a lot of going all over the place, and there's a needing to kind of calm down and find out how to manifest life better by just kind of chilling out for a second and finding just a little bit more balance. It's not that you're way off kilter, but it's starting to get there. This card always tells me in reverse that you're starting to go off track a little bit. You're starting to get a little bit on the wrong edge of things, and it's going to cause some kind of weird feelings. You got Mars in the 12th in Aquarius, which means it's time to let go of a lot of these things that you thought were going to work out that are stimulating you or connected to things and people that are no longer. So it's time to let go. And I think that this is what's causing the imbalance, is you're trying to repair or fix some sort of weird situation that is actually pulling you away from yourself. And it's time to clear that karma and clear that energy. Well, everyone, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this live. We're going to be doing this every week. And definitely join highvibe.tv. I am just going to give away a free subscription if after this video in the comment section, and we're going to pick we'll give it 1 hour. So if you're trying to do this and it's already Tuesday, it's already been done, all right? But we're going to do it to give away a free highvibe.tv. Go try it now, 7-day free trial. Super awesome. That's where all the new content is. We got new apps coming out. It's going to be super awesome. Join now and get that 75-minute video, which is super awesome, Confronting Your Fear of Paradise. It'll blow your mind. Sending you my best. Thank you so much for being part of Deep Love Tarot on highvibe.tv. And I'll see y'all later.